Hello and welcome to another IBM Cognos Analytics report demo. My name is Kester. Today I'm going to be showcasing how to use the if then else function in Cognos. And this report was created using IBM Cognos Analytics 11.1.7. So the if then else function allows you to transform a data in one or more columns into something else. Okay, so case in point, go to page preview here. We can see I have been able to, if I click here, you can see I've been able to tell Cognos using the if then else function that if the sales falls below 2900, then poor, else should be considered good. Okay, and I have also included a conditional style to highlight green when good and highlight red if poor. And this is also the if then else statement, and we also have an advanced if then else statement here, and we're going to be creating this report today. Okay, so go here, click new, click report. Okay, so click one column and go to things. I would go with teal and click OK. Select a source, so let's go to the team content, select samples, and then click data, and then let's go with the coffee sales and marketing. Awesome. So click okay, so we're going to create a list report. Click OK, and I'm just going to quickly change this to if then else statement. Perfect. Okay, so for this report, we're going to be using the sales and product. Okay, so page preview. Awesome. So I'm just going to increase the fonts just so it's very okay. Let's do this. So click on fonts and let's go with 12. Okay, hit apply. That's perfect. So now, as you can see, we don't actually have enough room to scroll. Okay, so what you want to do is increase your rows per page. So I would say about 1,000. Hit enter, and now you see we have more room to scroll. And then I also want my scrollable area height to be, let's just say 800. Perfect. Okay, so basically we're going to be creating a first if then else statement. So go to toolbox, go to textual, and drag the query calculation to the side. Perfect. And so when you click on functions and click constructs, you should have your if then else statement. Personally, I like to just I would just double click and then fill in the required information. Okay, so let's go ahead and name this okay, so let's name this good / poor sales. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? So okay, so I need to actually explain this. So you can actually see Cognos shows you what the structure should look like. Okay, and the the if then else function allows conditional execution based on evaluation of an expression. Okay, the then part of this function is executed if this condition is true. Okay, but if the condition is false, then the else part of the function is executed. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this, and we're going to fill in the required information based on what you're trying to create, right? So let's go to our data items. So we've only used sales and product on this report. So here we're going to use sales. So we say if sales is less than 2,900, okay, then, so let's delete this. If sales is less than 2,900, then that should be, so we want to see poor sales. Okay, else, so delete there and then put in what you want. Else, oh, else good, oh sorry, okay, else good sales. The reason why we have single quotes is because this would be considered a string. Okay, and so for strings, you need to put in single quotes at the beginning and at the end of the string. Okay, so let's validate. No errors. Okay, perfect. Hit OK. Okay, so let's see if our everything works perfectly. So this is 3,700, and that's considered good. So anything below 2,900 would be poor. So this is 1,800, 2,200, 700. Okay, perfect. So this worked perfectly. So just going to highlight this guy. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and create another if then else statement. So let's drag the query calculation. We're going to call this expensive slash cheap. Awesome. So let's go to the functions, click the drop down, click to expand construct, and double click if then else. Okay, awesome. And let's go to our data items. So as you can see, it already included good slash poor sales, which is the new column that we created. Okay, so here we want to classify some of the products as expensive and the others as cheap. Okay, so here we can say if product, and if you're looking to actually pick more than one product, you'd have to say in. Okay, so that means you're looking to pick more than one. And as you can see here, you have select value, and here we have select multiple values. So anytime you're using in, you have to click the select multiple values. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and select anything that has syrup. Okay, so caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, and what was the last one? And hazelnut syrup. Perfect. And click OK. And as you can see, Cognos automatically puts in the single quotes and puts the bracket and everything for you. So let's say if product is caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, hazelnut syrup, then I want you to call that expensive. Okay, else call it cheap. Okay, awesome. So let's validate. I actually don't know why this happens every time, but if I click validate one more time, it shows no error. That's very interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have chocolate syrup, expensive. So remember we classified, or we based on our statement, anything, all products with syrup would be considered expensive. Okay, so chocolate syrup, as you can see here, is classified in this new column as expensive. We have hazel. Okay, we have hazelnut syrup, expensive. What else do we have? And then we have caramel syrup as expensive, and the other products are classified as cheap. Okay, so let's go ahead now and create an advanced if then else statement. So let's drag the query calculation. So I'm going to call this good/bad products. Okay, so keep in mind this is only just an example to show you how the if then else function works. Okay, so good/bad products, doesn't matter anyway. So again, we go to functions, expand constructs, double click if then else, and let's go back to our data items. And again, we have the new column that we just created, expensive/cheap. So here we're going to say if product. Okay, and again, we're going to use the in. So in, let's see, select multiple values. So I'm just going to go ahead here and pick everything Brazilian. Okay, so click the first one and just select everything. Okay, and then this, so anything, so we have 4 items. Okay, hit OK. So I'm going to try to make this clean and easy to read. So I'm going to start, let's see here. So okay, let's try to start. So I'm going to bring this down here, and bring this guy down here as well. Okay, so if product is this, and this, and okay, and sales is more than 2,000. Okay, right, because we have sales here. So if sales is more than 2,000, let's see. Okay, actually, let's use this one here. Then I want Cognos to call that should be called a good product. Okay, so notice how I have the single quotes at the beginning and at the end. So if product in this, and this, and sales is more than 2,000, then call it good product. Okay, so here it gets a little bit tricky. So else if, so open bracket here, and we say, so else if open bracket. So the reason why I open bracket after else if is, as you can see here with the first if statement, we have an open bracket and closed here. Okay, so else if open, what can we say here? Let's see. So else if product in, okay, so let's select multiple values. So else products in, let's go with syrups this time, just to make it easy, you know. So caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, and let's see what we have here, and hazelnut syrup. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna expand this. Okay, here we go. So else if product is caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, hazelnut syrup, and okay, and let's say sales is less than 1500, then single quote, so this should be called a bad product. So again, keep in mind this is only an example, okay? Then bad product, else everything else should be so else everything else should be, so basically if you don't want the other items to be to have any other to fall under any other category, we can just say null. And so let's see, so let's validate. Let's try one more time. Okay, so it looks like we actually have an error this time, so this would be interesting to read and see what the issue is here. And found after if product in. Okay, so I have let's see here. Okay, so I need to take this guy out. So this should go away here, and I should actually close the bracket here. Oh, perfect. So let's validate one more time. Okay, so let's try to fix this issue now, because this is going to be very interesting. So if product in this, and this, and sales is more than 2000, okay, then good product. Else if, okay, open brackets, I'm just going to give a space, so open bracket, product in this, and this, and sales is less than 1500. Okay, so here I need to close the bracket, then bad product, else null. Okay, let's validate one more time. Perfect, so now we have no errors. Let's click OK. Okay, so here we said if the product is, you know, Brazilian this, and the sales is more than 2000, that should be considered a good product. Okay, so here we have Brazilian, LG, RG, and SN, and the sales are actually more than 2000, as you can see. So those are going to be good products. And then we also said if the product is caramel syrup, anything syrup, and the sales are less than 1500, that should be considered a bad product. Otherwise, everything else should be null. Okay. Okay, so we have caramel syrup at 667. Okay, so just like we said, that should be considered a bad product. And we also have chocolate syrup at 701, bad products. Okay, and hazelnut syrup 631, bad product. Perfect. So the our if then else statement worked perfectly. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how to add a conditional style. So we can go with let's go with this guy. Let's go with the good/poor sales. So here click on this column and then go to conditional styles here. Okay, click the plus button, click new conditional style, and we're going to be using the good/poor sales. Okay, so click OK, click the plus button. Now let's select multiple values. So let's click on, so let's select good sales, click OK. And so to make it easy, you can either click here to change the background color or change the foreground color, or you can just easily use the custom made option from Cognos. So let's click select, click excellent, and you know, it quickly changes the color, the background color to green, and the remaining value. So seeing that we only have two values in this column, which is good sales and bad sales. So good sales would have the green background, and the remaining value, which is bad sales, poor sales, would be, so let's click poor. Okay, so that would be red, and let's click OK. Click OK one more time, and here we go. So here you have it. You have you have good sales highlighted green and poor sales highlighted green. So the if then else function is a very powerful function in Cognos, and I think everyone should learn how to use it. It might save you a lot of trouble. Thank you so much today for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.